The ghouls are back in town. Yes, it's that time of the year again where I review this band once again. Not once, not twice, but 3 times now. We out here reviewing stuff, doing cover bands and all sorts of stuff. Happy Halloween for those checking this out early, because I'm putting this out early, but if you check it out later, happy Halloween. Yeah, I'm Matt from Diazable and I do music reviews. And if you just now found me, thank you. I appreciate it. If you watched before, you the best. Thanks for coming back and everything. Like, subscribe, and comment. You know the drill. Today, I am checking out the latest release from Twitching Tongues when they're doing their cover band, Misfits. And this is their 3rd time covering the band, the Misfits. So this is volume 3. Like I said before, this is a band doing the same thing for the 3rd time, covering one of the most well-known punk bands there are, the Misfits. And that band is Twitching Tongues. And if you don't know, or if you do know, I'm gonna give a small summarization of this band, whether you like it or not. Twitching Tongues is a Los Angeles hardcore band with melodic tendencies. They've been around since about 2011, I think, 2010, around that time. They put a couple albums out here and there, some EP. No, they did some EPs, but mostly they put out full lengths. They kind of went on hiatus back in 2018, but post-COVID, they've been coming back more, playing a lot of shows. I filmed a lot of their sets from various shows, LGB Fest, what was it, Tie Down Fest. Yeah, so if you're into melodic hardcore, you'll like these guys and everything. But yeah, every Halloween for the past couple of years, they've done Misfits covers. They did a short EP back in 2023, a longer full-length, almost LP in 2024, and this year, 2025, they've tightened things up and gone back to this short EP format. And I'm here, 3rd time talking about it, so let's get into it. And happy Halloween again. And so after twice now just resurrecting the Misfits sound with the Twitching Tongues flair, the band is back with their 3rd installment. And once again, the band is returning to, put out another set of eerie, blood-soaked songs that are just celebrating the spooky flair of the Misfits and the season of October. They are having fun with this like always. And with volume 3 now, the band seems to be tightening their approach and really dialing in the production here, because I feel like they might have created the best sounding and most immersive cover album they've done so far. And where volume 1 kind of thrived on raw energy, and volume 2 kind of went into more experimental, moodier deep cuts of the Misfits catalog, volume 3 seems to balance out these two ideas, having the raw energy of volume 1 while also finding some deeper cuts from the Misfits catalog and just merging them all together. It's shorter, it's sharper, and it's just soaked in Halloween energy. Every detail on this EP feels very considered, from the haunting vocals that are really nicely layered to the very thick, chest rattling bass playing and the grimy, chuggy guitars that just echo with the band's, hardcore roots. Rather than trying to, outpace the Misfits with these covers, it feels like Twitching Tongues is letting the songs really sink into very deeper and, natural darkness of the songs. So a lot of the melodies and the mood just get a chance to breathe. I think the opening track here, Cough Cool, really set the tone perfectly because it has a very slow, smoky, and ghostly feel to it. One of the first things that you notice about this song is how Colin's deep, haunting vocals really cut through the mix and just sound really thick in the low end, and it sounds like he's just coming from another world with just how large and haunting his voice sounds. His delivering on this track is both commanding yet very calm at the same time. That calmness can seem a little bit like restrained a bit, but it really pays off overall in the song because it really showcases the band's confidence and their overall, control of speed and atmosphere with this song. And just like, Colin's feel of yeah, I know how to sing these songs very well and I know how to put my own swagger on them. And he does it pretty well. And I think another thing that really helps boost his vocals are the bass and drums. They have a very heavy, resonating foundation to them, so they really help elevate his vocals. And throughout this whole EP, the whole band, their entire performance just feels really locked in and full of that Halloween Misfits spirit. And I think the next song, Attitude, really bursts with that exact kind of energy because Colin's snarly swagger vocals feel very genuine and just really not forced. And then his vocals are backed up by some really tight drumming and clean, punchy production that makes every instrument in the room feels really thick and just really flex their muscles. Clearly, there's a lot of room for like humor and energy, because you can get a sense that the band is really enjoying themselves recording and playing these songs, because they know these songs really well and they are, not taking themselves too seriously. So it comes off very, very chill and very nicely done. And the backing vocals and the little production details, like, some extra reverb here and there and some vocal layerings, really add some nice dynamic changes to the overall style of the music being played here without changing too much of the source material. And then you have the song Ghoul's Night Out, which really leans into a groove, showcasing the band's, overall strength when it comes to, vocal performances, and possibly one of the best vocal performances from this cover band that they've been doing. They sound really good here. And the chorus lingers long after you listen to the song, and I really think that's thanks in part to, the clever use of delay and space in the mix. Then there's the song Angel, I'm gonna bleep myself just in case, which might have some of the cleanest and most straightforward singing vocals from Colin that he's ever put on tape before. His vocals kind of glide over some really thick bass and very crisp drums, so you get a performance here that just feels strangely beautiful in its clarity. And then you got the song Dig Up Her Bones, which closes things out very nicely because it's very eerie, it's heartfelt, and it has a very cinematic feel to it. A howling from the wolf at the beginning of the song and the overall moody production really gives it a very Halloween feel to it. Here the bass is kind of stepping forward and taking charge here, while the vocals kind of take a step back enough to let the instruments really breathe. So across this EP, the one thing that just stands out is the production. It's a major step up overall. The band sounds, thicker and more balanced than ever. The bass is gloriously gritty. The drums are hitting with so much power that they're not overpowering, that just right amount of sound, and the guitars have a perfect mix of gritty and crunchiness to them. And so with that production like being really good, it really shows how Twitching Tongues have really, gone beyond paying homage to this band. They're not covering Misfits songs anymore. They're like reshaping them and reanimating them to fit their style, and it's really, really cool. So I would have to say that Twitch Fits Volume 3 is probably the most confident, most catchy, and most cohesive entry in this series of Misfits covers that the band has done so far. It strips away a little bit of the excess, it trims the fat a bit, and it just delivers 5 tracks that feel very alive and have a lot of purpose to them. The Halloween atmosphere is stronger than ever. The performances here are airtight. I feel like they have really captured that massive Misfits energy in their own way since they've been chasing with Volume 1. If Volume 1 was the raw spark that started this all, and Volume 2 was, the more moodier exploration version of all of this, Volume 3 is a full resurrection of haunting, heavy, and heartfelt tribute to the Misfits. So I have to say, this is the best sounding Twitch Fits released to date. Spooky, soulful, and sonically, it's huge. And so I've got to say, if this is how the trilogy, if it's going to be a trilogy, ends, it's one hell of a note to go out on. So latest Twitch Fits, Twitching Tongues cover of the Misfits, Volume 3, I would have to give it a good and decent 9 out of 10. Links down below to the other reviews I did of this Twitch Fits cover band they've done, and some videos of them playing live at certain festivals that I haven't been able to catch them. So until next time, guys, happy Halloween and see you in the pit. Good things about you.